Oh, so look guys, no flicker. I know how to use my camera to make sure that there's no flicker, so you're welcome. I know I'm a bit late to the party, but FedEx got a little bit delayed and I'm not big enough of a YouTuber for Google to be sending me these products, so I'm 1 day late. So if you're watching this, I really appreciate it, but I promise to make this one of the more high quality videos out there on YouTube in terms of just overall video quality and in terms of hopefully some value I can add just because I've used so many different phones and different devices. Anyway guys, thanks a lot for watching. Let's get right into it. So let's just get right into it. I bought this directly from Google and I got the free Pixel Wash that they spoke about. I probably won't be unboxing the Pixel Wash just because I don't know how much time I'll have, and I've used it last year for a long time and I really do like it. It became a bit of a deal breaker for me because of the battery. But, you know what, maybe I'll give it a shot again. We'll see. It's going to be hard to replace my daily driver, which is this Garmin watch right now. Because honestly, I think this is the best Android smartwatch out there. Maybe I'll do a dedicated video on that. Alright, but let's start with the case. So I got the blue case. You know, this is one of those things, I was in a rush to order it because these things tend to sell out, so I didn't really have much of an opportunity to really pick anything, so I really like this color though. It's like a baby blue. Everything's going green now in terms of being made out of recyclable materials, which I'm okay with, so that's kind of cool. And here's the case. I guess there's no other way to do cases where you don't have to rely on this adhesive strip, because every time I had to fold, this strip would lose its ability to stick onto the actual device itself, so it'll always be kind of flapping around. So a bit of a bummer, but I guess, I don't know, we're still new with foldable technology, so it's not quite there yet. I like the felt material on the back of this Pixel case. It's really cool. You got the Pixel logo on the bottom and it's centered. This feels like a decent silicone case, nothing too special. If you've gone to the Apple store and you felt their silicone cases, might be a little bit similar. You have the Google logo indented here, and this does not look like it's gonna last. This is, I'm pretty sure this is gonna peel off at some point. So I ordered this gold color and it's porcelain. Actually, that's the name of the color. And like I said, I didn't really have much time to make a decision, but I didn't want to go with the traditional black, so I'm glad I did. The Google logo, Google again, and this is probably important information that you probably shouldn't be seeing. And you have the phone in the front here. So let's just get this open. So here we have the phone for the first time, and just like any foldable, it's definitely got some weight to it. And I have seen a few other unboxing videos to make sure I don't cover too much of the same ground, but they have all said that this feels like a premium device, and it really does. Immediately, my first impression is this definitely feels higher quality than the Fold was. You see the transition from this metal frame to the glass is really smooth, and same with the corners here from the metal to the glass. Alright, so let's just get a tour of the device. So on the top you have a speaker grill, and you can get 5G signal, and you have a microphone. And at the back, you have the hinge. Actually, no, this is not the hinge. This is just the metal frame. The hinge is actually on the inside, and it's on the top and the bottom, and I'll show you that when we get into it. And here at the bottom, we have a speaker grill, another microphone, the USB port, and this is the SIM ejector tool, and it looks like there's 2 more microphones at the bottom. So, but yeah, alright, but overall, first impressions is this thing is really spot on in terms of build. So let's just open it up. My immediate impressions on the folding mechanism in terms of the hinge is this does not feel like a first gen product. This feels amazing. One thing that's immediately annoying to me though, and I know a lot of other reviewers have covered, is this doesn't actually flex to be a flat position, and it did right there when I kind of gave it some force, and this looks pretty straight, but it does require some effort. And I know a lot of the Samsung fanboys were saying that the Fold is actually to fold straight out and be like a full and to be a perfectly straight line, but that's actually not the case. It is when you just get the Fold, but I've had about 4 different folds, from the Fold 3 to a few versions of the Fold 4, and after like a few weeks, for whatever reason, that hinge does something very similar to what this does, where it just does not fold flat, and I used to have to kind of yank it back, and I'm doing that the same with this. I hope I don't break it on camera. Yeah, so as we get set up, this is an idea of what it looks like when it's unfolded and backwards. And yeah, man, this is the thing is, though, this is like a really high quality feeling phone. It doesn't feel like there's any wasted space. Like, this thing is like packed to the brim with technology. And alright, and now I'm going to enable the fingerprint reader, and I'm hoping this works as well as Samsung's Fold, because that one was lightning fast. And if you saw that unboxing video that I did last year, I was really impressed with the speed of it. And these physical fingerprint scanners are usually always better than the on-screen counterparts. I kind of wish we never got rid of them. So one awesome thing that Google does have is they're able to identify music around you. I always turn this on, and it's incredibly helpful. I'm going to set up the always on display as well too. Google does a really good job with it. Not as good as iPhone, I'm not going to lie, but good. So it looks like the notification shade is full screen. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but it looks like you're getting all of your control center style stuff to the left and all of your actual notifications to the right. Installing the updates, I can still check it out. So this is on full brightness apparently. So the first thing I'm able to notice, that even though this is on full brightness, it's not able to get as bright as the iPhone. I mean, Google did advertise 1500 nits of brightness, but that's probably only outside, and honestly I'm not sure if it was both screens, if it was just what about the cover screen. So actually so on the outer screen it looks a little bit closer. I would say the iPhone is still a little bit brighter, but you know what, it's not terrible. Anyway, I'm gonna spend most of my time on the unfolded screen, and you see it's inviting me to lift up here. Oh, that's a nice little touch. You see, this is the cool thing about Google over Samsung. I feel like, as much as I love Samsung, I just feel like they throw a lot of stuff in their phones and just hope that people use it, and a lot of stuff that they throw in just aren't refined. Yeah, this animation just looks really slick, and I have not used the Pixel tablet yet, so I'm not sure if this is a carryover feature. But anyway, so bringing down the notification shade again, that's really cool. One thing I always like to do first with a Pixel phone more than anything else is check out the wallpapers. They have by far the best wallpapers of any single. So one thing I'm noticing is you have the 2-pane settings, which is definitely useful. So, but anyway, just to keep things moving, I'm gonna add something really quickly, and I'm gonna choose this. This looks very, very Peter McKinnon. Oh man, okay, that's gonna look so cool. All right, home and lock screen. So this is the always on display. Press the power button, and oh dude, that looks so sick. There is no other phone company doing anything like this in terms of design, and this is one of the main designers. His name is Matthias Duarte. He used to work at Palm, and Google snapped him up when Palm OS went under and they sold to LG. But yeah, this guy still has the best design work. All right, let's see how that looks on the cover screen. So we got the always on display. Press the power button. Oh, like, okay, so the fingerprint scanner does work really quickly. Yeah, but look at this design work. Look at the animations. In addition to the wallpapers, another thing that I like to change right away is the display settings. Brightness, like I said, is at 100%. I usually keep adaptive brightness on, but I really wanna. Dark theme. I always do natural light. I don't choose. Color is adaptive. So if I go to natural, yeah, that brings down the colors a lot. But still, you know what? These colors still look a lot better and overall more vibrant than the Pixel 7 did. By the way, the Pixel 7 and the Pixel 7 Pro uses an sRGB display. This looks like it might be closer to DCI-P3, so the colors just look a lot more rich. I'm going to keep it on adaptive for now. It doesn't look too oversaturated. It still looks natural. And one day I need to figure out a way to do measurements on displays the way I do with my laptops. But overall, so far, this display is a lot better than the Galaxy Fold. I know some of the Samsung fanboys out there were saying that the Fold screen is better. No, but this has 408 ppi, while the Fold 4 only has 373 ppi. Anything 400 above is indistinguishable from perfect. And I'm gonna tell you straight up, guys, when I used the Fold 4, I definitely saw pixels when I was looking at it at a regular viewing distance. This looks significantly sharper. But also at the same time, I don't think we should be comparing this to the Fold 4. We should be comparing this to the Fold 5 when that gets announced. So one of the first things I want to do is a speaker test. Alright, and so now let's compare that to what it's like on the iPhone. So in comparison, I would say that the Pixel Fold has worse speakers than the iPhone 14 Pro and obviously the ROG Phone 7. And in that case, most phones out there, because when I do a speaker comparison between a lot of the flagship phones, it's a little bit difficult to tell which was the winner. With the Pixel Fold, it is a pretty big loser in that aspect. A bit of a bummer, but seeing how thin this phone is, might make it okay, depending on your opinion on that. Let me know in the comments. Oh, you know what? Let's put on the case. Let's see what that looks like. I mean, and a phone like this, like I will be using a case with it, obviously. I kind of wish I got a black case because this blue color is incredibly distracting when I'm trying to view content on this main screen, and it kind of makes it look not as nice. I don't know. But I feel like with this phone I need a case, so maybe I'll just end up getting the black case. Anyway, so let's just see what it looks like completely on. And this is what it looks like. Honestly, I'm not digging this color. It kind of makes the entire experience now look a bit cheap, where just the phone itself just looked really, really beautiful. So with the case on, it's a little bit more difficult to hit the power button, but not terrible. You still have access to your volume rocker. You get a Google logo at the back, and it's color matched fairly well with the porcelain color of the Fold. I don't think I'm a fan of the way this case looks on it, though. I think I might need to go with the black case. Alright, but you know what, for the rest of this video, I'm just going to take it off. So I want to go back to YouTube and just kind of look at some videos. So the iPhone is kind of typical to what most other screen sizes are. I know the S23 Ultra is a little bit bigger, but if you're considering a Fold and you want a bigger screen to look at videos, as you can see, you are getting that here. So one thing I've been seeing, so once you have an app open and you swipe up slightly, it brings up your dock, and it looks like it's the same dock that's on your home screen, which is customizable. So I can add more apps to this dock. So it looks like you're able to get 6 altogether. And if I open up an app, swipe up, I'm able to add another one to the left or to the right. It doesn't look like you could do it up and down, and it looks like you could only use 2 simultaneously, which is more than enough. I never use more than 2 apps simultaneously, and the only time I do it is on a screen this large. So as you've probably seen, you double tap to switch, and you have the entire app drawer right here, which is cool. You know what? I mean, I can't go outside because, like I said, it's raining, but let's take some pictures to get an idea of what the camera looks like. So here's my ROG Phone 7. You know what? Having such a large viewfinder is really, really, really awesome. It's going to make it much easier to frame photos. One thing I really liked when I used the Fold was being able to flip up the screen, and I don't know if this does it. Yes, it does, but you know what? I want my viewfinder on the bottom, so you can get like really, really low with your photos, because having the viewfinder at the bottom really just allows you to get angles that you just typically wouldn't with a traditional phone, because you're not able to see that way. But so Google, if you are watching this video, that needs to be added like ASAP. Here's another cool thing about the Google Camera app that Pixel does a really good job on it looks like the focus might need some work. I mean, I know I still have a software update to do. Maybe a lot of this might be fixed with that, But yeah, I'm having some focusing issue. But anyway, one really cool thing about the Pixel camera experience is you're able to customize both the white balance and the exposure before you even take a shot. So there are a few times where the especially if you're trying to capture the perfect purple that this iPhone is, kind of a combination of adjusting the white balance and getting the exposure right really makes a difference for your composition. And like I said, Pixel is the only one that has both of these controls right at your fingertips. But overall, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be too happy with this camera. But I will have to report back on that when I do the full review. Okay, so I'm not seeing that. So a lot of this is probably I probably have to do the update to get these done. But anyway, I just wanted to do this quick. I just wanted to do this quick unboxing. So for those of you who don't own one of these, hopefully this could kind of give you an experience of what it's like to use it. So I mean, overall, like I said, this build quality is amazing. The hinge feels really, really nice and sturdy, and you got that satisfying. If you guys made it all the way to the end of this video, man, I really, really appreciate it, especially since there's been so many other fold reviews out there. But all right, that's going to do it for this one, guys. All right, thanks a lot. Bye.